Hey, hey. Oh, let's get this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, already. Anything I want to change about this guy? I don't think so. I think I was happy. Did this last night. Um, just try to speed things along. Getting started today. Alright, yeah. Too bad they don't let you do like really big beards on this character. Let's see. Yeah, it just lets you add a little bit of hair, not like beards. That's weird. Better me. Alright, so confirm him. I already saved his appearance. Let's go with 5th Umbral Moon and the 1st. Yeah, I think Mountain and God of Travelers and Vagrants. Since I'm a hermit, that seems fitting. And I think, let's see what class to start with. Pugilist could be good. Tank's always a good class too to start with. Be faster Qs. Played a tank before. Monk's fun though. Yeah, and I'll go with Murata. That gets me started in Limsa. I prefer that. It's more picturesque. It's prettier to start in. Alright, let's see. Alright. Confirm. I select another world. Let's go with this one. What I was looking at, it's the second most populated server and still gives me some boosts. That's okay. Alright. Yeah. And I am the Dragon Hermit. And now I have to wait in queue. That seems about right. But 18 shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Play around in chat while I'm doing this. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, and it's already popped.
Here.
Yep, definitely here.
Here. Feel.
Don't know what you're going to be feeling so much in an empty void. Cold, maybe? Yeah. In most settings, you don't go towards the light from my experience, but meh.
Hear. Feel. Think.
Yay! I got armor. And an axe. Oi. You're right there, lad. Moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling on the ship, got your stomach churning, has it? Don't seem like seasickness. Now that I look at you, it'll be the aether then, I reckon. Some are more sensitive to this stuff than the others. Seeing we ain't too far from Band now, which is chock full of aetherites. No need to fret though. You'll soon get used to it. Ugh. Might as well have been bloomin' seasickness. Ships leaping around like a demented chocobo today. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Laminsa still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. As soon as you're awake and all, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them youngins don't much care for conversation, see? Any road, Buran's the name, and peddling's me trade. Don't know why I'm giving him that accent, but okay. I think it's the way it's written. Makes me think he's talking like that. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garment, I'd say you are one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying. I mean, ain't no secret that adventure's a risky business these days, especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? To gain power? Yeah. Power as in, or power to do good, like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that. I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting. That's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventuring business. Once we make port, you best sign yourself up at the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. And it wouldn't hurt to join a guild neither. Limps is home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to swing an axe or even sling a spell, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Ship's off the starboard bow. Pirates' colors. Pirates' bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on ship, flying limps and colors. Bastards either have a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We've made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneers bark a catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we might be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have us a look, shall we? I remember this from a while back when the game first launched. It was very impressive back when the game first launched. Still is. Pretty city, pretty game. By the way, by the by, is this your first time in Limsa Laminsa? Let's say yes. Yeah. Yep. It is. Well then, let's just journey into tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa prides itself on being Orzia's foremost naval power. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilian influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. Of course, most folks ain't so quick to change, and with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sharangan are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. At long last, land ho. Behold Limsa Laminsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limian, goddess of navigation.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner of the realm, amidst the roiling waves of the Lotano Sea, lies the maritime city-state of Limsa Lominsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune, comes a lone adventurer.
That's me.
Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Lim Lane. What realm-shaking fate has she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future?
And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the market to deliver me wares. Then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
Through peril and hardship, discovery and triumph, may the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Hey, you there. I mean you. This is my district, and I make it my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. Very aggressive. I, an adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limps's most finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lad. I haven't got all day. Forgot how entertaining some of the storyline in this game is in the beginning. Alright, I need to get that set up real quick. That should work. Alright. I remember one of the copyrights I can't air is in the first, I think it's at the end of the first 50 levels, but just in case. Let's check something else out. Let's see if that actually worked. Oh, 5. I should change that then. Here we go. Boom, set you to 50 is what I wanted. There we go. There we go. And chat's on. Alright. Oh, I was supposed to talk to him first, that's right. Recognize the adventure in the city state of Limpsum and say you must first register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. Okay, seems easy enough. Now, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and without a bit of local knowledge, you're like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. Very colorful language. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Winch and enroll with the Adventurers Guild. It's not far, just straight down this street and speak with Graniff. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Badron. He's the proprietor of the winch. He might curse like an ale-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along, and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Oh, well, this is a kind-hearted guard. He's telling me where to go. Alright. Initiate a quest, non-NPCs. Offering quest computer. Yep. 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 So I can just do this and poop pops up. Yep. Oh yeah, I got an item. Oh, I got silver chocobo feathers. Oh yeah, from my other account. I probably, yeah, I'd have a mailbox full of stuff. Oh yeah. Alright. Welcome to Let's One. If you mind to visit the Drowning Winch, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Yep. Let's see what we got here. Greetings to ye lad. What'll it be? Aye, but ye ain't here for a drink, are ye? You come with a mind to try your at venturing. I reckon well you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Badron, and this most hospitable of hostilities is the Drowning Winch. Yeah, I love weird words, especially when they remove a letter. 'Tis also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk especially for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. Charming individual. Veterans have a knack for finding trouble, see? Trying to get the voice. Really weird to try to talk and cut out a letter to a word I know how to say correctly. Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garland Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again, and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them? After everything that's happened, Eorza took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only things what got wiped off the face of existence, but that thrice damned bastard of a dragon. It took up bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way as makes an ounce o' sense. None of the folks what saw it and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on the tale actually goes. 'Tis only foggy like recollections of an odd night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear the future if they can't rightly recall the past. Working on it. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's the group of adventurers that what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. For the abyss. River. Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though, we ain't forgetting what they did for us. This calamity spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. Won't even let us picture the faces. 'Tis like staring at a goal flying in front of the sun. All you see in our mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare, and that's all ever bugger describes it. By the way, give or take the old goal. Goal? Yeah. It's this what's got people calling these eras the Warriors of Light. If Lips is ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need venturers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new eras like the ones we lost. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why any aid we can give to adventurers is effort well spent. What say you, lad? You want to lend us your strength? Well, of course. Not, the story would be really short. Me thanks to ye, and the navigator and all I knew, she steered ye my way for a reason. But listen to me. Yeah, they're on like a sun-torched fishwife. 'Tis time we got you marked in me book. Put your scroll right there. Dragon Armament, is it? And a fine name it is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Venturers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the last fair, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, will you? Now hold on just a moment there, officer. You got the wrong bloke. This fine upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece, cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead, fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You're surely aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty even of our closest friends is in doubt. Aye, you make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You wouldn't worry, though. Or you needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open all times, me and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say you to a tankard of me finest ale before you return to your duties? Not a watered-down cup of piss this time, like last time, I should hope. Ain't got the faintest idea what you're on about, officer. The winch might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Mariloft, Thor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying out to be sat on. So kick off them heavy boots, eh? Almost went Canadian there, eh? Alright, sorry about that. I having to excuse these eager, bloody yellow jackets. There's been a sprat of kidnapping sea, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means venturers, visitors, and pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personally, though. Us Slimpsons can be headstrong bunch of bastards. 'Tis true, but given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? You're at your tavern, sir. Oh, aye. Welcome to Limpsalamissa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. That doesn't sound too appealing. I like whiskey too. Now take a moment to gather your wits and we'll get started with learning the ways of the city. Complete. Yay! I completed my first quest, which was basically reading dialogue. Close the introductory game tutorial. Shortest tutorial ever. Where to discover the incredible adventures that await you. I mean, I get they can't go through all the systems because there's a lot of them. That's just like, hey, walk here, talk to this person. Okay, that was the tutorial. Alright. Important question marks, of course, yeah. These are side optional quests and your tasks that tie to new duties or features you have yet to unlock. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. Scenario guide. Scenario guide is a HUD element that indicates the next available quest in the main story. It also displays the next available quest for your current equipped job or class. Aha. I think that's new. I think it only used to be the story quest. That's nice. By selecting the scenario guide, you can confirm where these quests are located on the map. Good to know. Let's see. Let's select this one. Eridan, proprietor of the Running Winch, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Let's go. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you're down, you head down a floor, then point your nose to the west. You'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's the Aetheryte, a device that can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an Aetheryte where you want to go, of course. I chat with the Yellow Jackets on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You find weapons and armor, and all your venturing bits and pieces for sale in the district that lies beyond the Aetheryte. Don't go throwing your gear around just yet, though, or you'll be fleeced quicker than ye can say. Why is me coin purse so light? A word with Schwarzwald? Instead, he's the head of the Merchants League, by the way. Give him this old Octrant, and he'll treat you well. For the last of me helpful hints, I suggest you meet some fellow axe wielders at the Marauders Guild. I guarantee you learn a few nice tricks for swinging that head splitter of yours if you join their crew. Belathra at the front desk is one to get you started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks take ye on a little jaunt around the city and help ye work out where everything is. Now, I best be getting on. Run along, Bugger it, there I go sending you off without telling you something critical. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Any road. While you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale was a listen, Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there just waiting for ye to stumble on them. For example, Leonard over yonder has been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Want to lend an ear and see what she's as to say. You're like to find yourself. Running all the errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folks can trust, the jobs will be harder and the rewards more generous. If you had the time, I'd ask. I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the winch. The lads is bare that makes no sense. The lads is bare that title have the lads that bear weird way of speaking. That title have some fine advice for them while just starting out in the profession, and that, my lad, is all you got about becoming a legend among venturers. Lads as bear. It's lads that bear. But meh. And this from a math person. The main menu grants quick and easy access to most of the game's main features. Mm-hmm. I think I need to recenter mine. No. Making a name. Well, would you look at this, a shiny new adventure. Listen close, lad. I've some information that might just help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through the bulwark hall below not long ago and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. And Limsa is a busy port, and all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above the board, if you know what I mean. How'd the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Scrawl and roll, and sure gets you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to Aftersky at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. Just start skipping names I don't know how to say. Especially ones with just a ton of consonants. Oh yeah. And here I go, picking up peculiar herbs. Sanctuaries. Oh yeah, for the rested thing. Oh yeah. Do battlecraft and gathering while under the benefit of the rested bonus will be increased by 50%. Nice. Your current rested bonus is displayed on the top of the experience bar. The dark orange bar shows how much more experience can be earned before. Blah. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good tips. I already knew it from when I first played, but it's a good tip to remember. I don't think it applies too much since I've got the preferred world bonus for being on this server. I have a feeling I'm going to be leveling up very quickly once I start actually doing missions. Yes, as you suspect, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. They are the prime ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty bad to have. Forgive me, I could not resist the jest. These herbs are not more than lavender, a common enough export from Lemsa. In fact, these probably spill from crates that were loaded to my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son, but not to worry. You learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. The captain of the trading ship, Orion, has some information that might benefit your standing as an adventurer. Oh, by the way, of thanks for delivering my scattered lavender, I have a nugget of information that may prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkept seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual was that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventurers I might know. In my experience, sailors are not known to carry such a wealth of coin about their person, especially with the alehouses of Lemsa so close at hand. Kidnapping have not been uncommon these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Gazriel, the guard who stands at the entrance to East Hawker's Alley. It never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation to the authorities, lad. Oh yeah, Chocobo. Or no. Concern seeks the services of a conventionally unoccupied adventurer. Let's do it. Excuse me, sir, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks. And I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Eldwise. Wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Lemsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service of which the Vorog Consortium, I think that's how you say that, has recently been the benefactor. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Lenward, along with our profuse gratitude. Meh. I'm a tuning. Yay. Cutscene. Another novice adventurer. Baderon has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. I am Sundherma, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystallized structures that tap into the ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel safely from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Yorza, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. Yeah. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The Aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, but thank you. Now able to use return spell. Yay! I can use return again. Ba-da. 15-minute cooldown. Yep. That is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. I'll have the captain place the yellow jackets on high alert. I and why I have your ear. I need you to visit. I'm not going to say that. And tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down East Hawker's Alley. Has frequent dealings with the adventurers, so any warning you give her should soon spread through the city. Sweetnix is Beatrice Golby and Craftsmart tradesmaker. Sweetnix makes busy deal with uplanders. Need delivery letter to gate of Malvane, but Sweetnix has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to gate of Malvane for Sweetnix. Uplander delivers letter to tax lady Fachaha. I think that's how you say that. Quest accepted. I don't normally talk this much. A fine day to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Yorza, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unraveled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived by the docks. You bear a gift from Madaron. Whatever could it be? Oh my, octant by the navigator. I must have left it behind in the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant. If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each gil you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying the Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every material discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potions and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure a frankly befuddling range of wares during their sojourns to distant shores, so it pays to become familiar with the type and price of the goods offered by each stall. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instructions of this kind will only profit you so much. Experience has ever been the surest teacher, if not the kindest. I invite you to explore the markets for yourself. What's this? Some suspicious seafarers on the prowl for global adventurers. Possible suspect in the recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass on the warning to my customers. What with all the merchants and travelers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kinds of unsavory activities can often go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Excuse me. Bye-bye. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's go see what this quest this guy has is. The Master Merchant of Hawker's Alley wants you to look into current market prices. You, sir adventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners or glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me. Iron Thunder, Kyokorun, and Schneihil. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it to Bane Singh on West Hawker's Alley. He shall reward you for your service. Easy enough. Let's see. Well met, lad, cast your peepers over these beauties, not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Nadik and Vamil. Alright, talk to them. That was quick. Cockroon welcomes welcome customers. Cockroon loves his lovely trade. Cockroon's goods are goodly made. Very strange sentence structure. If I needed you, sir, what can I interest you in? Why, you seem interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. He got caught. You're the one that made the list for Schwarzbutz? Let's have it then. Nothing wrong with the market as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling so good at cutthroat prices, and that drives the number down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shady dealings are taking place. Good work, lad. Da, 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 da. Where is Sweetness with those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid we shall have to expel him from the city. Why, these are senior records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that Goblin would have lost his fear of our office by now. Every month he is to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness is forced me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedures, Limsa Lamitsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnecks. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fear. Somehow I doubt it. Ooh, you have a quest. What's your quest? Omniva Gate needs help collecting duty on imported goods. Here at Malvin Gates, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa Lamitsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I would be grateful if you could deliver these 2 ledgers, one to a man named Schnodenbaugh, I'm probably butchering that name, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. If you are uncertain as to the whereabouts of the Bismarck, ask Shodomon when you meet him, and he will point you in the right direction. Da. Uplander delivered letter to Gate of Manara. Uplander has wide heart and swift legs. Tax Lady Baja has kind backwards for Sweet Nick. Sweet Nick has outflow of joy for Tax Lady Baja. Phoenix is happy Gabi. Gives Uplander jingly shine. Which you can use for coin, but oh, there's someone to talk to over here. Boop-a-doo. A ledger from Mother's Gate, you say? Hand over. Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Where will I catch sight of any offenders? I shall drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming if need be. One more ledger bound for the Bismarck, you say? Follow this path to the upper decks, and you'll find the place. Easy enough. I think, if I remember, Bismarck is where I need to go for the Marauder Guild anyways. Oh, quest. Needs help replenishing the Bismarck's larders. Big list feather gloves. I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full course meal for soon arriving guests, but I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. Be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source, wild lambs. In case you are unfamiliar with the creatures, I suggest you speak with the Alfar, a sentry stationed in Bulwark Hall, just below the Drowning Witch. Ah, it's Letitia. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. I guess you say may well put an end to their appetite, but this is the best interest, or is in the best interests of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Minerva's Gate is notified without delay. Fine, upstanding citizen. Let's see. Level 2 quest. Need someone to report a bleaking patron. We spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality. So it is doubly hurtful when someone decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a bell ago, a first-time patron did just that. Rashamo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She is quite upset by the whole affair, and has taken it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. But I trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf. Rashamo should be done adding the finishing touches by now. I poured my heart and soul into that, grilled Dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Charming person. Here it is. For an edition of the criminal, please deliver it to Goldbert at the Coral Tower. He will know what to do. You want, for coin adventure, you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms over the greatest pirating cruise in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalane, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by ye. No, I can speak like a pirate fine. Reading like a pirate is hard. Greeting friends and welcome to the 7th Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Quote, air quotes. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment. Well then, let us speak on how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from her latest voyage bearing exotic spices never before seen in the Orzea. I prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you delivered to certain individuals. First is for Ginred, whom you will find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingsa, the head chef at the Bismarck. And do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you have accomplished the task. Welcome to the quarters of the Yellowjackets, the keepers of the peace, and Lemps of the Mesa. Is there aught I can assist you with? A sample of spice courtesy of the 7th Sage, you say. This is no mistake. This is fire scent and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well. We will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought that you had brought me spice? I see. You are not familiar with Carvaniisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he has procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that is considered piracy, far from it. Think of him as a trader and heavily armed one, who represents Limsa interest in eastern lands. Seeks to help with a growing problem in Limsa La Mensa. Alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. It is essential that we ascertain their safety. To this end, I have prepared a list based on reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind as to deliver it to my colleague in Bulwer Call? Is her name. My thanks in advance, friend. Oh there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are you? An axe worth swinging needs 2 hands on the haft, and has a blade what can make short work of galleys' masts. That's the kind of weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and all too predictable force. Are you interested in hearing more, lad? Then why don't I give you a short version of the Guild's founding history, and we can go from there. It all started with ships, you see. What ships got to do with axes, you might ask? Well, building them would be pretty bloody difficult without sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship will run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. Why? It all started with shipbuilding and ship repair. What, am I boring you? As I was saying, any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe was the perfect for hooking yourself over the rail on an enemy vessel, letting loose in a whirl of steel, and generally laying waste to all about you. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon of choice, so did the bloody art of the marauder began to take shape, specifically among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews of battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teaching the proper way to wield a chopping blade to their new recruits, and that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. But once the Galadian Accord was signed to unite the Maelstrom and the pirates amongst Limps's enemies, The whole game changed. The Accord itself was a dismal failure, of course, but the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated not but the teaching of axe fighting. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good of society. If mastering the axe is your heart's desire, then you'll find no better arena in which to practice your swings. Think it over, then let me know if you fancy joining our ranks. If you feeling, I'll be seeing more ye soon, lad. A blinker at the Bismarck, and you have an artist's rendition of the man. Yep, got it right here. Here you go. Ah, what is the seven houses? Is this supposed to be? It looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than to bring the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty after all. However, we will need a little bit more to go on than this piece of art. It would be easiest for all involved if Rishma were to come here and answer some questions. Please relay to her as much. I'm guessing she's a really bad artist. Between the axe with the Marauders, then? Yep. Alright, then. That's all that's needed doing now is to speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple. I've seen folks slink out the door rather than put themselves in the path of that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle of the room. Wazrin, his name, but some steel in your spine. Look him straight in the eye when you talk to him. Lad, good fortune to you. Boom, ba-doom. Yes, I was an Axe Master, they called me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the Marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries, we seek to overwhelm them. The Marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemy's defeats. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Yes. I say yes. Very well. Your name? Attend me well, then, dragon. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the Marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will oft-time be your own. You stand now as a student of the axe. Thus wasting no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. Ah, so you've spoken with Goldbert. Well, within the bell, the Yellowjacks will have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell and then are take me filleting my van. Huh? Goldbert wants me to go to the Coral Tower for questioning. But what more information does he want? What that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to be to paint 1,000 words? Maybe most pictures, but I'm guessing not yours. Alien class. Damage inflicted. Combo. A new sample from the 7th stage, alright? Let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelling nothing like it afore. The note has come with it, says it's a root that grows on Orthard. Last I heard, Orthard was under Imperial rule. Oh, the 7th. Managed to get hold of this? Any road, I reckon I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. Doo-doo-doo. Go turn this one in. That'll finish all my quests up here for the time being until I think I level up, and then a ton more quests open up. Oh, there you are, Dragon. Enjoy your jaunt around this city, did you? You mean to base yourself in Limsa so that won't be the last time you visit them 3 places. And now you've got some idea of what's where. You can start exploring the rest of this town. I need to run around and get all the Aetherites. You've shown a good air for listening, lad. Stick with old Badaran and you'll go far. Has information, unlike last time, is sure to be of interest to you. I don't know how much I trust that, but okay. Oh, you've returned. I hope you do not harbor any ill will towards me for my earlier deception. You see, I believe the most important lesson for a great adventurer to learn is that he should always question the motives of everyone he meets. I mean, not a bad lesson. Um, if I have given offense, allow me to make it up to you with some advice. Tell me, have you visited the eyes outside the Tempest Gate and past Madman Bridge? Sentries stationed there keep watch over the road, and when trouble arises, they sometimes turn to outside help. If you wish to make a name for yourself as a trustworthy adventurer, you should speak with Akrita at the Eyes and offer your assistance. Let's see. No, let's go talk to this person. She needs your help to prepare a treat for Battaron. These days, poor Battaron's so busy looking after others, he hasn't been able to look after himself. He deserves something for his efforts. Okay. Whenever he's in his cups and starts speaking of the old days, he never fails to mention Alaria. Seems he and his mates used to eat the creatures on occasion. So he still has fond memories of that life, so I'm thinking a few Alaria umbrellas might be something he'd appreciate. Could you help me by procuring 4 of them? Yeah, possibly. If you're willing to help, speak with Cotterell by the Aft Castle. She knows where various wild beasts congregate. Ooh, fancy. Oh yeah, guess I can get the next story quest too. Balder and proprietor of the Drowning Winch wants you to lend a hand at Summerford Farm. Still in lumps, are you, Dragon? Aye, you fancy a trip outside the city wall? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of it? Of the place? The owner, Stalwart, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that, and has been trying to bring a bit of life back to the fields after the calamity ruined the soil. He mentioned needing another hand or two, and your name sprung to mind. I gave you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. You need directions? The place ain't hard to find. Just take the Zephyr Gate out of the city and follow the road northeast. Yeah, I need to get the rest of the Etherites. There's that one. Any more on this level? No, it's just that one. So, get this one. Okay. Yep, I need to be careful walking around that area. Let me go this way? No, this way. Can I go there? Yeah, okay. That's right. Things open in this game. Oh, someone to talk to over here. Hi, this is the dutiful sister of the Edwards, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So unless you're proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. Here's your package. Thanks for the warm welcome. Was it then a parcel from a Virgin Consortium, huh? Let's have a peek inside. Oh, walnut bread and ginger cookies. And a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches, too. Them consortium calls now the right way to show appreciation. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself afar I take this inside. The Jess or Nishim. No, we're always here should her boss have need of us again. Ta-da. Ta-da. A tune. A sheepish request. Let's... The calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry sales, but fisher folk have started to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. But before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. Our guild has always commissioned another converter for its craft, but they are beastly busy these days. If you want for something to do, perhaps you could run over to Armorer's Guild and consult with Forge Master Hunazlet in my stead. I would know how long he might expect to have to wait. Da-da-da. Yeah. Alright. I think it should be safe now. And that one, I think I just got 2 more to get. Yeah. Yay, quick travel. Alright, turn this back in. As the request is very good, I shall pass on the sister's sentiments to my spears. Yay. Honor serves the dutiful sisters provide. Continue your stand-up spending. You're likely to find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities and comfortable with the unconventional, you might wish to approach them yourself. Achievements. You've just received your first achievement. Achievements are earned by reaching certain milestones during your adventure and rewards you. About everything. For level 1 classes and cover locations. Nice. Review your achievements, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So. What was it? Ah, there it is. Last 5. I just got the storyteller achievement, which isn't gonna give me anything. Watch list, current area. No achievements for this current area. Recommended. It's obtaining data. Tempter of Fate. To crush your enemies. Despicable You 1. Let the bodies hit the floor. I must pass through Bulwark Hall. That's why I'm on constant watch here and undercover, because to keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If there's shitty characters skulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. Hee hee hee. Alright, sounds like you're already in the elevator. Grace, you truly are a model adventurer, a paragon among your fellows. Do you think you could do me a favor? You see, I'm supposed to go and fill up all the street lamps with oil so that they stay lit through the night. But thanks to the business of missing people, I can't simply up and leave my post. If you could tend to the street lamps in my stead, I'll be eternally grateful. Oh, and when you're finished, please fetch more oil from Shispis in the Fisherman Guild. Here, we're running low here, and she has care of our stores. Key items. I have a key item. Oh yeah. So let's see. Key item. I can drag this over here, I think. Yeah. Alright. Talk to this person. Once fresh lamb does it, God, so I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Anyway, you can get lamb easily enough by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through the Zephyr Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You'll run into the fluffy and tasty critters before long. No. Sometimes they go on a lot. Let's see. Street lamp quest though. Nope, that's way up there. I chose wrong. You're doing what? What am I to do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work, twaddling about her savings, only to foist it on the first adventure that comes along. Being young and pretty does not give the license to shirk responsibilities. She's got she'll get her oil alright and a piece of my mind to boot. Let's see. Anything else in this area to complete? No. So let's go up to Lemsa Aft Castle. That probably the best choice. Yeah, gotta be careful there. Veteran actually likes Oreo umbrellas, because I've never even considered trying to eat one of those foul things. Nevertheless, if there are as you seek, you ought to find plenty by the river, just past the Tempest Gate and to the east. Okay. Let's go turn in this quest, which is... Oh, I do have a quest to turn in lower. Where was that one? At the eyes. Is it inside? Nope, it's outside, but luckily I can pass through. Yay! A new boat for the fishing guild. I'm afraid now isn't the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. But look, I will see what I can do. The Fisherman's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I would be loath to disappoint Sissipu. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Let's do potion. The rats in the wharf. And so we get profitable tasks for an individual. Are you in need of some trifling tasks to pass the time? Then I have just the job for you. Veteran is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. Those shortage of the pest lurking outside the Tempest Gate, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Okay. And then I just need... Where in Lepson? No, I need to go to lower Lemsa, so I need to step outside. Oh, I think they're doing the auto map thing for lower levels now. Nice. Battle. Just active. Attacking. Various actions such as spells. Actually, I haven't received any gear yet. Oh well. Army chest, yeah. Be right back. Alright, back in. For a little bit longer. Then take a break. Hey, you say someone told you to come to me for work, lad. I'm afraid you've been had. We've known to hire adventurers, 'tis true, but we always go through the Adventurers Guild. Even if I wanted to assign you duties, Yellow Jacket regulations prohibit me from doing so directly. Now we don't mind working in an unofficial capacity. I have a personal request I could make of you. Yay, armor. Uh, me granddad's head of the Red Rooster Stead, an ox's name. He asked me to bring him some river toad livers, but the mere thought of pulling slimy livers out of old slimy frog gives me the shivers. Yeah, give me the shivers too. Maybe you care to fetch a liver or three for me. You can get them by slaying the river toads that what dwell around the eyes. Which is back here. Past them already. There they are. You're a lifesaver adventurer now. I take these livers to Granddad and myself, but this would leave me post, not to mention the mere sight of those slimy things makes me stomach churn. Yeah, I think in real life that would do me too. Would you mind doing delivering them instead? Uh, find old Enoch at the Red Rooster Stead, and you can turn those river toad livers to Gil. Yay, Gil. I like money. Money's so good. Mind looking into something for me, adventurer? It may even be of interest to you, in fact. Built that plots within Mist are to be auctioned off. You, me, as even a 12 wandering minstrel could purchase their own piece of law. This is to open the housing area. Nice. And upon that plot of land, you'd be free to build a house for you and yours. You can't tell me that the thought isn't at least slightly appealing, can you? It was surprising that the Thalassocracy had the time and resources to prepare such an area. What with the kobolds and the primals causing all manner of trouble. But who am I to judge the priorities of politicians? Much less pirates. Eh? Besides, I'd like nothing more than to own my own home. I've yet to verify the truth of the tale just yet, though. If you've no objections to taking a detour from your adventures, Why not head towards the gate to Mist and see if there's a Maelstrom representative who can confirm or deny these land auctions? That's a simple quest. I think it's just run around the corner. Yeah, it's right down there. I swear this last time I sent my daughter of mine to fetch for toad livers. Yeah, she doesn't really like doing it. Why, these are the livers I asked for, sorry. Should have known better. Andrea has been dainty since she was wee lass. I regret any trouble we've caused you. Or that the New Worlders use fish livers as fertilizer, and so I thought I would give toad livers a try. Farmer can't be afraid to try new things. Nay, he must grow his knowledge as he grows his crops. That's how this farm grew to be what it is. Do well to stick around and see. Yeah, I think I'm going to move on. But I will take another quest from you. I like money. Nock seeks an adventure to assist the Red Rooster stead. I hope you don't feel sheepish about hauling a wee bit of wool. The flock's fleece is shorn and scorned, and the sack is all set to sail. Normally, the manic miller up north takes it and felts it for us. It seems the only wool his quarters tending to today is his blanket, a lackadaisical loafer. So I hoped you might see to it the sack of fleece down by the flock's pen reaches the miller. Walterez is his name. They call me the stead shepherd, but all three kinds of livestock we breed here fall under my crook. Nevertheless, sheep remain my first love, my one true passion. Gotta be passionate about something. So you can imagine my dismay at finding my flock in frumpy fleece. I can't very well take worn out wool to market. A sheep with no shine is good for nothing but mutton. But where's the wool? There's a way. Or where there's a wool, there's a way. See what Chartain has to say. Okay. The lifetime of malicious research into the advancement of agricultural arts, so we think it is the fruits of knowledge are capable of preserving themselves without an adventurer's brawn to protect them. I fear all my work will come to naught. Take, for example, the splendid ogre pumpkin crop I was able to cultivate. Years of hypothesizing and testing at last made tangible, only to be snatched away by those subterranean shorners? The clever hedge moles. Ooh, hedge moles. I've already engineered the pumpkins to resist fire, drought, frost, weeds, insect, and festive rituals. Festive rituals? So, like Christmas? Uh-huh. I just need someone to kill the moles. That's straightforward enough. Yeah. Lice cone. That brings back bad memories. Growing up in rural areas, got lice more than a couple times. It's almost an every other year thing. Not necessarily me, but, somebody in the community would get lice. Yay. I have completed your task, sir. Now give me the gill. I'm sure you have found sheep are delicate souls that require delicate care. Truly wonderful wool requires time, love, and tenderness. You must caress their coats ever so gently, listen to their soft bleating in your ear, feel the warmth of their breath on your neck. Sir, I think you're a little too attached with the sheep. I think we need to put you on a list. They may call it the Red Rooster stead, but make no mistake, dodos are the bird that keep the stead steady. Those sweet and tender eggs that sucklet meat, so long as you remove a dodling's poison gland, you're in for some scrumptious and healthy poultry. Yay. They're so delicious, I have to remind myself some birds just aren't meant to be caged, or perhaps I don't. Talk to Exapin and see if we can't return those exquisite creatures to their pet. I'm gonna go run over here real quick. I'm running away. I'm gonna go do this quest. What is it, adventure? Ah, yes, the auctions. Well, you're the Amor self-missed and all plots within are to be sold exclusively to adventurers so as to encourage your immigration to Limsa Lamensa. Why only venture as particularly a necessity, really. Limsa is in dire need of fresh blood, capable, courageous adventurers who will fight her foes and protect her interests. Those who build a home here will have that much more incentive to aid us. As for what manners of place this is, I think it's best you journey there and see for yourself. Please direct any other questions you might have to the recruit station just past the entrance. Da-da-da. Housing. Each 3 nations. 4. I need to update that because, you know, when the expansion came out, you opened a new housing area. At least 4, maybe 5 now, because there was rumors you were going to do some in Ishgard at some point. Don't know if that ever happened. Each residence housing. We should turn house 60 plot of land each. So 60 wards, 60 plots. So each one. 3,600 houses per server. State halls and apartments can be customized by installing fixtures and placing furnishings. These are nothing. In the case of estate halls, specific company privileges are required for customization. More information on housing can be by the resident caretaker. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're going to see in this server, it's probably going to be like a couple guild zoning a lot of houses. Because that was the big problem when they first did this. They didn't limit how many you could have per count. So, can't remember, but I think there was one guild on Goblin that had like 6 large houses. Just like, yeah. But anyways, let's see now. So, I don't have the guild for this for a while now. I'm just kind of seeing how many free houses there are on this server. It's supposed to be second most populated on this. Wait, 1. One there, one there, one there. 1 small. 2 small. a medium, 3 small, 4 small, 5 small, yeah, 6 small, 7 small, well, that's just 7 small and 1 medium in the first, and then I jump over here and there's 2 more smalls right there. That's 9. 2 mediums, 9 small. 11 small, 2 medium, 12, 13, 14. 16 and 2. So 16 small houses and 2. Let's go to one that had 2 vacancies just so I can see what's going on with them. Yeah, there we go. Select. I will go to Miss Web 30. Ugh. Hey, Limson sent you, you say? Ah, that's unfortunate. All Limsons are barred from participating in the auctions, you see, on account of the fact that they're, well, Limson Admiral's degree. If you find the area to your liking, though, please consider speaking with the resident caretaker. She can guide you through the process of purchasing a plot for yourself. Okay. But I just want to see. This is the apartment, but it's not in this one. It's the subdivision. Yeah, because it's... Go over here. Oh, I need to go. Ah, there it is. Aha. Oh, okay. That's hopeful. Probably be able to get a small house for this character. That's good. They are definitely ready for combat. They got him? No? Oh, there we go. Aha. Okay. I've had enough fun. Alright, think it might be time for a break. Been at this for a little over 2 hours. Probably time for a break. Da-da-da. Alright, guys. I will be back later. Thank you for joining the stream.